this corner here. You rarely see teams do this.
Yeah, it's very far forward for a defense, really. Rhea coming down from behind now, gonna try to focus on Fate. They boop him towards the team. They get him. That's exactly what the point was. But they do lose Godsby in the process too, so that payload's still moving forward a little bit here.
Yeah, now that hurts a lot more to lose that Zarya, because you have to start over with 0 charge. You have to walk back. Izayaki's killing Bezi there. Like, you can't do much of anything. And Hangzhou, why not just use the high ground advantage and rotate to the choke? Why are you fighting for that corner?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is you see what they were trying to do, right? They tried to separate Fate and pick him off. They did that, but in the process, you give up a little bit too much. Now staying as the death ball coming around the corner here. They at least do have a chance to defend again on A. Buy some more time here. Earthshatter comes in. They do knock Rhea down. A lot else, so agility's taken out. Spark does have a chance here to come back. They're going to use a lot of ultimates to do it. And D.Va's chasing each other over the roofs like Spider-Man here. But they're going to have to fall back now.
Well, yeah, the earlier support all came from Hangzhou Spark. They had the rally and the healing to persevere through an Earthshatter that did hit their tank line, No Smite, and Rhea.
Yeah.
With that extra healing and that armor, no kill pressure there from the LA Valiant. And now they're going to reset. Valiant, though, only used the Shatter.
Yeah, Godsby was playing a little far forward, wanted to get that Graviton Surge going in now with the rally. Valiant thinks they have an opportunity here. Oh, but laid low by the Earthshatter here. They're trapped in the Graviton Surge as well. Self-destruct's coming in. No kills on that one, but now it's Space's turn. Can't pick up any for the Valiant either. But the Earthshatter comes in from Fate. He's too low health. He has to back away. Kareem down, but look at that. The payload gets through anyway. The stealth payload push. You always got to watch out for that.
Well, that's a big loss there for the Sparks. So much committed, and guess who didn't stop the payload at all?
Yeah, they were really into fighting that fight, but you can't forget that the real objective on the map is the payload.
Well, they were also trapped on the opposite side of the Valiant from the payload by the Graviton Surge that came in. Pretty cheeky here. Space there with a mini D.Va play.
Yep.
Good job, Space.
He's under there. Yep.
He's waiting for his mech call down. That was cute.
I mean, this is why Space is one of the best too, man. It's not just about his skilled plays, about the sneaky plays too, right? A brawl on the cart right now as they go into the Earthshatter again from No Smite, but Valiant not fazed by it. They've got all that extra armor from the rally anyway here, so Spark having to pull back a little bit. The payload has halted at least.
And now, just a fight on the low ground. Hangzhou has been fighting at a disadvantageous position on the defense for a while.
Whoa,
There's a fat shatter.
I mean, Spark distracted by their own Graviton Surge there, and Fate uses the opportunity to get a big fat shatter. And Valiant's going to get some real distance on the payload now.
Oh boy, Hangzhou. They are taking all the wrong fights on this map. They were losing the 3-3 heading into this one. They play it again. They consistently play low ground, which is, I just think, a fundamental mistake.
They got that grab. Everybody turns towards it, and Fate's like, hey, guess what? Nobody's going to block this shatter.
All right, so they got high ground now. Got to get a few shots in, but they're still coming back from 0.
Yep. Kareem goes in. That got eaten by Rhea. Another crab eaten. In this week Overwatch League, there's been so many of those. Valiant trying to shore things up. Space throws out that self-destruct. It was the sound barrier from Spark, and they do get Izayaki now as Valiant tries to continue to push forward, just pushing Spark back through that door, but they are short-handed doing it. There goes Kareem as well. So Spark with a chance here. That was another nice Earthshatter, but I don't know, man. Yeah, Valiant, they're going to have to regroup here.
All right, they're going to regroup pretty quickly. 4-3 right now, though, for Hangzhou, and they're picking away at the Valiant tanks.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. They still had 3 people on the point, but slowly but surely they're getting overwhelmed by Spark, and now we see the full regroup happening.
Destruct at the end there for Rhea.
Yep.
And now Valiant dumped a lot of ults into that engagement. Couldn't push it quite over the finish line.
Well, Kuki dying really late at the end there, and that's going to mean that Valiant's going to need to wait even longer. Going to buy Spark another 10 seconds or so off the time bank.
Valiant has to make some very interesting decisions right now. Do you engage with this self-destruct? How's that going to go? How much ult charge can we get up on this next push? How much time do we want to commit? Do we try and poke them here for ult charge, or do we try and just force them to use ults by all-inning and then reset on them? Because you've only got a minute left.
see what the choice is. Valiant dropping down onto the payload now. Getting a little bit of movement here. Meanwhile, no smite. Drops. He did get booped off there by Space. It's going to force out the Transcendence from Bebe. And now Space setting in his own self-destruct. Smite gets a shield up in time. Godspeed throws in the Graviton Surge from the high ground. The three-point shot coming in on the Valiant. And IDK is going to dunk him with the right click. Spark with a pretty clean fight there, man. Godspeed just got a free Graviton off from the high ground. You usually don't see Zarya throwing it in from that far away.
Yeah, worked perfectly. Godspeed's plan, right?
Pretty much. What can you say? It's divine. Well,
coming into this, they did use the self-destruct, which really did force the Graviton to come out because of how split the Hangzhou Spark ended up being at the end after going to the low ground. And now Valiant gonna come play all around the top here and then drop down onto the card. And this is the fight.
They need to win this one, man. 10 seconds remaining. Hangzhou Spark on the verge of getting a good hold here if they can just hold on for a little bit longer. That's a big Earth Shatter from Spark. Izayaki there to cover with the Transcendence though. Now the Shatter comes in, IDK knocked down. There goes no smite as well, so Valiant responding with their own Reinhardt ultimate. Maybe it does get one onto Agilities, but there just aren't enough members of Spark yet to stop this payload. Rhea delaying as long as he can, but there's only so much you can do with that mini diva. At the last moment in overtime, it looks like Valiant gonna buy themselves a little bit more room to try to push this payload.
Yeah, Fate though with the flanking Shatter yet again to come out. I mean, they thought that they were gonna be able to pull something off there, especially after No Smite laid Kariv low with the Graviton Surge. Sure, you prevented the Graviton, but you didn't have the damage to take him out on the ground.
I don't know. I didn't know Reinhardt was a stealth hero, but apparently when Fate's playing him, he is. Nobody seems to see him. He's a John Cena of Reinhardt players, I guess.
It's a good analogy.
There you go. They don't see him. What can you say? Spark with another defense here coming in. Three with the Graviton Surge. They get that sound barrier now. Sound barriers on both sides. A lot of health to burn through. It's going to be Bebe with that Transcendence as Valiant gives a little bit of ground to wait out that Zenyatta ultimate.
Not a lot gained, though. Not a lot gained from coming in with the Zen ultimate. Back to a standoff, but the cart creeps forward slowly.
Another Zen ultimate coming in from Valiant now. As they get aggressive, there's the Graviton Surge. There's the self-destruct from Space. They pick up anything with it. Rhea tries his hand, his own ultimate, manages to find Fate with it. And Hangzhou Spark looks like they're going to hold on for just a bit longer.
Right there, Basie came in and booped Fate into the ult. So the self-destruct kill does go through, courtesy of Rhea's mech. And now 10 seconds. Question is, can they even get back to the payload, or is this where it's ending, Noah?
It's going to be tough, man. 4 seconds remaining. Spark trying to hold the door, but Space gets booped away here. He was just close enough. Fate got there. I think just in time. Maybe Kuki too on that. Lucio, yeah, speed boosting people in. A lot of low health members on Valiant already though, but they're not out of it yet. Fate, another Shatter loaded up. Here comes a Hammond. If they can get the knockup, they can maybe get that Earth Shatter in there too. Agility's doing what he can on the Wrecking Ball and under the payload. They don't see him. They don't see him, but Spark, they can respond though. Baby didn't get hit by it. He was able to pop the Transcendence, and now Fate is down. Spark having just the right tools at just the right time to stay in this fight.
It's still a brawl, though, even though Fate is down. Self-destruct not going to find any targets, and there's a barrier coming in.
Yeah, Kuki trying to save the day here, but another Graviton Surge comes in, and this time, Spark grabbing the kills in space, needs to get the best self-destruct ever. He gets nothing with it, and that's where the payload's going to stop. For Valiant, they pushed him most of the way through, but just could not finish C in the end.
There you go, Noah. They couldn't get all the way through the map. A respectable push, though. And this is where I want to see Guangzhou doing something different. I really want to see them use those big hero pools on this attack. IDK here at the end. There's the boop. Oh, I miscredit. I thought it was Basie with the boop, but it was actually IDK.
Yeah. Setting him up. Get caught by that self-destruct. IDK. I just booped.
He's quite a character. I think you guys are going to look forward to some interviews with him down the line.
24 barriers so far too, so pretty good ultimate stats on the Lucio side of things for IDK, and Spark have given themselves a great opportunity here to tie up this series. They don't even need to finish on their attack round. They just need to get the payload about maybe a little bit more than halfway through C, which for most professional teams is certainly possible.
Absolutely it is. And is Hangzhou going to take a risk here? We're going to pause the map.
Oh my.
Oh my, indeed.
All right, well, a little bit of a break. It's okay.
Let's talk about what you can do.
Suspense build.
So if you were here for Overwatch League last season, some of the strategies